What is poppin' Financial Freedom Fast fam? It is a Friday drop, so that means that it is another solo ripper where I give you some advice, actionable steps, and knowledge to be able to reach your financial goals quicker, accelerate your financial future, and reach financial freedom fast because that is what we are all about on the Financial Freedom Fast podcast. Today, we are going to dive in a little bit about why it's easier, to quit your job when you're young. Take some of these risks when you're young. Now, the obvious answer is that you have more time that is spread over a risk. The less percentage of that risk is going with you day to day. But why is it easier to quit your job when you're young? So when you're younger, and now this isn't for everyone, some people have circumstances where their responsibilities become lower in life. Maybe they cut off some relationships or things happen where they don't have to worry about certain things that they worried about when they were younger. But in general, when you're young, you are way more stable. Now, if you think of life as a timeline, all of your responsibilities, all of the things that you gather up in your life, keep on piling up and adding up as time goes on. So what happens there? At some point, maybe you get a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and then maybe you guys get a dog. So you've got the girlfriend or the boyfriend to cater to sometimes. Maybe they even make things a little bit easier, but then you get the dog. So then you have to spend time and money on the dog, but the dog makes you a little happy. And then you get married. So that's a financial commitment. And then you buy a house before knowing what we know, you actually buy a house for yourself, which I don't recommend doing off the bat. And we will talk about that on another podcast, why you should not buy your own house. But let's say you buy your own house. So now you have a financial responsibility. You also have a time responsibility because now you have to do the lawn and you have to take care of all your maintenance issues and you have to do everything that's involved with having the house, fixing the toilet and all the gardening and all the new projects that pop up with a house. And then you have kids. Then, when you have kids, you have to put them through all of the things, school and sports and all that stuff. I don't have any kids, but I have friends who have kids. I know it is crazy. I know it's hectic and I know it's expensive. So, in general, over time, your responsibilities pile up as time goes on. Now, when you're young and you don't have all of these different things, let's say you are 25 and single and you don't have any home, you don't have any issue there, you rent an apartment, you don't really have any abilities, things that you need to go after financially. You are so much more flexible because when you're young, you can live below your means, and at least you can live below your means at any age. But at least when you're young, it is a little bit more socially acceptable. You won't be seen as this bum who's 39 years old and cuts expenses in every single area. Oh, that guy is so cheap, which I don't think you should worry about. If you're 39 and you're cutting expenses because you're trying to increase and accelerate your financial future, that's awesome. And that's what you should do. And that's what everyone should do. All I'm saying is it's a little more socially acceptable for us to do it now. And a lot of people care about what other people think. So it's much easier when you're younger. Also, when you're younger, you can be a little bit more optimistic. Let's say we want to build assets up and get out of our job. We've got so much time. If we can get out of our job at 25, 26, and we see ourselves being married, having kids, whatever, at 30 or 32, whatever that number is, you've got the optimism of like, oh, I could have this whole 4-year span where I do wherever the hell I want and go travel. So there's motivation that comes with being young too, that you have the time to go do whatever you want when you reach your financial goals. The big thing here, though, is having less financial obligations. And there might even be a fail safe that you have in that's a little more socially acceptable. If you have mom and dad around, or you have a family member or a friend, when you're younger, it's easier if your plan fails and you quit your job and you don't have any money coming in, you can go live with mom and dad or live with that friend. If you have that person in your life, it's a little more socially acceptable as well when you're younger, and the parents or the friend won't be that upset because you're just a young person figuring everything. So let's jump into it now. So there's a bunch of ways when you're younger to actually keep your expenses low and have your fail safes if your plan doesn't work out. Now, why is this good for you? So you have a fail safe and you can keep your expenses low. This kind of hits you fold, right? The fail safe for being able to go and sleep at someone's house makes you feel way more secure and a sense of safety. The sense of safety is a big one. We all want that. Maslow's hierarchy. We want to feel safe. You have that place to go back to and to live at least. You'll have a shelter over your head if all else fails. You could fall back on mom and dad or grandma and grandpa or that friend who is there for you supporting your journey. The big thing here is you have less responsibilities than you will have when you're older in general. If you're 25, you have less responsibilities now than you will have when you're 35, most likely for the average American. Since you have less responsibilities, this is going to cost you much less every single month. You're going to need less money. And what does that mean? When you can spend less money and you're living below your means, you're living modestly, and you can keep your expenses low, one, that allows you to save more money to buy assets. But two, the big one is it makes it way easier to reach your financial freedom goal. If someone needs $10,000 per month and someone else needs $5,000 per month, who's it easier for to build enough passive income and reach financial freedom? The person who needs $5,000 will be able, using the same investment technique, to get out of their job two times faster than the person that needs $10,000. So keep your expenses low, live modest, and this is going to help you twofold. When you're younger, you can cut these expenses, you can take these things out, have it be socially acceptable, not feel bad about doing this stuff, and it'll make it way easier for you to build up to your passive income goal. You know what the awesome thing is, though? When you're spending 40 hours a week at your job and you're able to build up to this passive income of, let's say, $5,000 per month, once you quit that job, you're going to be able to put so much more time to building that passive income. So let's say you need 5,000 and you built up to 5,000 while doing it part-time while working at your job. Great. Now you could chill out for a while, sleep till 12 o'clock every single day, or, and you can do either or. Either or is acceptable. It's your life. Do whatever the hell you want. Or you can channel that 40 hours into doing what you were doing part-time. So now you build up another 5,000 in passive income two times quicker because you can put in three times more time into you can put three times more time into building up that passive income. It's going to be so effective. It's going to allow you to build up an even greater passive income that is going to let you have an even better life. If you only need 5K to live and then you start making 7K and 10K, you're just going to be able to increase your lifestyle and or save more money to buy more assets that will make you more passive income. And maybe you live at that $5,000 a month level until you are 32. And then you have the wife or the husband and you have the kids. And now you have this passive income that you can spend time with your kids every single day. You can spend all of your time with them and build memories that will last forever. We don't need the things. We don't need the bags. We don't need the hats and the belts and the pants. If you're making a ton of money, $100,000 per month with passive income, go ahead, go buy the stuff. But I personally am focused on building experiences for myself, building relationships that I want in my life, and using the extra time that I get from my passive income to do that for myself. I hope you guys got some good value. Definitely way easier to quit when you're younger. And when you quit your job, you open yourself up for so much more time to spend on higher value tasks, which can create more income for your life. If you guys got any value from this or you have any questions, reach out to me. Reach out to me at Matt Amabile on all platforms. That's MATTAMABILE. Really love doing these solo riffs for you guys. I hope you get some great value. And for now, hope you guys have a great weekend. It's Friday. If you're listening to this on Friday, the day it drops. Other than that, let's jump to the outro. Peace.